West African. West African ancestry produced the most dominant sprinters, jumpers, and explosive athletes in recorded history. The ACTN3RR genotype maximizes fast twitch muscle fiber density, but the structural advantage goes deeper than a single gene. West African skeletal proportions follow a pattern called low biochromial to biliac ratio, meaning narrow hips relative to shoulder width. Narrow hips reduce lateral energy waste during the sprint stride. Every ounce of force drives forward rather than sideways, combined with longer limbs that cover more ground per stride and a lower center of mass that improves acceleration mechanics. The entire skeletal architecture functions like a machine engineered for one purpose. 9 of the 10 fastest 100-meter times in history belong to athletes of West African descent. The gene gets the headlines, but the skeleton does just as much of the work. East African Highland. East African Highland populations produce distance runners that operate at a level science still hasn't fully explained. And the most interesting part isn't what researchers have found. It's what they haven't. The expected markers of altitude adaptation, thickened blood, elevated hemoglobin, enlarged hearts, are largely absent. What researchers have identified instead is mitochondrial efficiency, at the cellular level so refined that muscles extract more energy from each oxygen molecule than comparable elite athletes from other populations. A 2019 study comparing East African and European elite runners found that at identical speeds, East African runners used measurably less oxygen. Not because they had more of it, because they wasted less of it. 40 years of global distance running dominance built not on having a bigger engine, but on running a cleaner one. Kalenjin, Kenya. Within East Africa, the Kalenjin people of Kenya's Rift Valley deserve specific attention because their dominance in distance running is extraordinary, even by East African standards. The key structural advantage is lower leg mass. Kalenjin runners have measurably slender lower legs compared to most populations. This matters because the lower leg acts like a pendulum during running. A lighter pendulum requires less energy to swing forward with each stride. Less energy per stride across 26 miles adds up to a mechanical advantage no training program can manufacture. The Kalenjin represent roughly 0.06% of the world's population, yet have won approximately 40% of all top international middle and long-distance running honors. They are the most studied athletic population in human genetics, precisely because their dominance cannot be explained by training culture alone. Indigenous American, Tarahumara. The Tarahumara people of northern Mexico's Copper Canyon represent one of the most striking examples of a population built around a single physical discipline. Studies have measured their oxygen efficiency at nearly 10% above neighboring populations during prolonged running. They cover hundreds of miles through mountainous terrain traditionally barefoot or in minimal sandals, a practice that encourages midfoot striking mechanics, reducing impact loading on joints, and improving energy return with each step. What makes the Tarahumara genuinely remarkable is that their elite performance isn't found in a small group of trained athletes. It is distributed across the population. Men, women, and elderly members routinely complete distances that would end the careers of trained modern runners. Their entire ancestral environment selected for exactly this output: Polynesian and Pacific Islander. Pacific Islander ancestry is built for power in a way that is immediately visible and scientifically measurable. Polynesians carry a high prevalence of the CR-EBRF variant, associated with efficient energy storage and dense muscle development. The result is broad frames, high lean muscle mass relative to body size, and exceptional force production. Polynesian and Pacific Islander athletes are heavily overrepresented in rugby union and American football relative to their total global population. Samoa, with a population of roughly 200,000 people, has produced a stream of NFL players that, per capita, dwarfs almost every nation on Earth. The genetic architecture that helped ancestors survive long ocean voyages and physically demanding island life translates with remarkable directness into dominance in contact, sports requiring power, collision strength, and structural durability. Inuit and Arctic. Arctic ancestry solved a problem most human physiology cannot. How do you sustain physical performance in an environment trying to kill you with cold? Inuit populations carry FADS gene variants that rewire fat metabolism, converting marine fats directly and efficiently into energy. In an environment with almost no carbohydrate availability, the body learned to run cleanly on a completely different fuel source. Compact builds and shorter limbs reduce surface area, conserving heat during prolonged exertion. Brown adipose tissue adaptations generate warmth by burning calories rather than simply storing them. These traits combine to produce a physiology capable of sustained output. where temperature alone shuts most competitors down. Cold water endurance, winter sport performance, and sustained effort in freezing conditions all trace directly back to a blueprint built for exactly that environment. East Asian ancestry carries a thermoregulatory advantage that directly impacts endurance performance at the highest level. The EDARV370A variant, present in over 90% of East Asians, produces a higher density of sweat glands than almost any other population on Earth. More sweat glands means more precise and efficient cooling during sustained effort. Overheating is one of the primary performance limiters in endurance sport. A body that regulates temperature more efficiently sustains higher output for longer before that limiter engages. East Asian athletes also dominate technically demanding disciplines: gymnastics, diving, table tennis, weightlifting, sports where fine motor precision, body awareness, and composure under pressure matter as much as raw power. China alone has produced more Olympic gymnastics gold medals than most continents combined. Central Asian. Nomadic steppe life demanded something most modern training programs try to simulate but can't fully replicate: sustained physical output across enormous distances in cold temperatures at elevation while managing livestock and surviving conflict across open terrain. Mongolian and Kazakh populations were shaped by this environment for centuries. The result is broad chest structure, powerful lung capacity, and metabolic systems built to process high-protein diets with unusual efficiency. These populations have historically dominated wrestling and combat sports internationally. Mongolia, a country of 3 million people, consistently produces world and Olympic champions in wrestling, judo, and boxing at a rate that has no reasonable explanation outside of genuine physiological and cultural selection for combat readiness. Northern European Scandinavian ancestry carries cold climate aerobic adaptations that translate directly into elite performance in winter and endurance sport. Enhanced brown adipose thermogenesis allows the body to generate heat by burning calories, supporting sustained output in cold conditions without the performance degradation most physiology experiences. Scandinavian nations have dominated cross-country skiing and biathlon for decades, events requiring elite aerobic capacity maintained across hours of cold exposure. Norway, a country of 5 million people, has won more Winter Olympic gold medals than any nation in history. That kind of outsized dominance reflects genuine physiological advantages in cold environment aerobic performance, advantages built over generations of living, working, and surviving through extreme northern winters where physical output in the cold was not optional. Slavic and Eastern European ancestry combines structural strength and aerobic capacity in a way that produces athletes who aren't just powerful, but durable under sustained competitive pressure. Slavic populations show higher resting metabolic rates, endurance-weighted muscle fiber composition, and larger average lung capacity relative to body size, traits reflecting centuries of sustained physical labor across wide continental plains in cold climates. Eastern European nations have produced a disproportionate share of Olympic champions across weightlifting, wrestling, rowing, and boxing. At the peak of Soviet-era sports science, Eastern European athletes didn't just win. They redefined what human performance looked like in strength and endurance disciplines, setting records that stood for decades and revealing a physiological baseline the rest of the world spent years trying to understand. Ethiopian Highland ancestry deserves clear distinction from Kenyan running dominance because the physiological profile is meaningfully different. Ethiopian runners, particularly from the Amhara and Oromo populations, show strong hemoglobin efficiency at altitude, combined with exceptional marathon-specific running economy. Where Kalenjin runners excel through structural lower limb mechanics, Ethiopian runners show a greater contribution from cardiovascular oxygen delivery efficiency. Haile Gebrselassie broke 27 world records. Kenenisa Bekele's 5,000 and 10,000 meter world records stood for over a decade. These aren't outliers from a talented culture. They are the visible peak of a physiological profile calibrated specifically for the longest efforts at the highest sustainable intensities. South Asian ancestry carries a physiological advantage that only reveals itself under one of sport's most brutal conditions: sustained precision under heat. High AMY1 gene copy numbers accelerate carbohydrate digestion from the first moment food enters the mouth, giving endurance athletes faster access to fuel during competition when every second of energy delay costs performance. But the deeper advantage is thermoregulatory. South Asian populations evolved across some of the hottest and most humid environments on Earth, developing sweat response timing and electrolyte retention mechanisms that maintain fine motor precision and decision-making under heat stress that degrades most competitors. A cricket test match runs 5 days under open sun. A field hockey tournament runs back-to-back matches in tropical conditions. These sports didn't become South Asian dominated by accident. They became South Asian dominated because the physiological demands wrote a job description that this ancestry has been quietly fulfilling for generations.